The Other tab represents our most commonly asked support questions, as well as information to help a new user onboard to Parsel with the most convenience possible. Help in e-learning will bring you into a variety of self-help options, currently being updated to reflect the Parsel simplified look and feel. On the left-hand side, you can select different modules, jump into different areas of self-help, view any text, screenshot, and video support options to help you with the particular question you may have at that time. For a brand new user to Parsel, the first thing they'll need to do is update their personal information. Under the classic view of Parsel, this was somewhat confusing, so we decided to bring that under the Other tab. And by clicking that tab, it'll bring them directly into the Editing User screen, which they can also access by clicking on their name and selecting Account Settings. For the more experienced users, adding a new user, granting access to a report, updating default language, and viewing their company statistics were very common requests as well. Adding a new user will bring you directly into the account area, will bring you all the way down to your office, and to add a user to your office, simply click the Add User button, add in their email, first and last name, select what role you'd like them to have, and decide whether you'd like them to start with a blank slate or if you'd like to grant them access to all the reports that you yourself have access to. Upon clicking the Submit button, they'll receive an email welcoming them to Parsel and giving them their username and password. Granting access to a report is something that can be done within the report itself or from the project dashboard, but this is also the first of many tools that we're able to provide by simply single-clicking on the report you want to grant access to on the left-hand side and then selecting Grant Access on the right-hand side. This will bring with it the appropriate report information, and simply by following the steps 1, 2, 3, and 4, you'll be able to grant access to that individual. Step 1 has already been taken care of. Step 2 is selecting the user themselves, and you can do so by selecting a company in your office. You can search, or you can even select from a pre-configured team. Once you've found the user you want to grant access to, simply select their name or names and add them. Now that they are considered selected users under Step 3, you can give them their default level of access or select a customized level of access specifically for this job or portfolio. Once you've selected multiple individuals, this is also where you can save them as a project team for selecting later on through the Grant Access feature or even selecting during project setup. Once you've selected the individuals in Step 3, you want to select what report or reports you want to grant them access to. You can, of course, check or remove all as well. And by clicking Grant or Remove Access to the reports, they will instantly be granted or their access be revoked to those particular reports. Any individual can, of course, see any reports that they have access granted to them. Once you revoke access to a report, that individual will not be able to find it regardless of how hard they search. There's a separate instructional video for updating default language, and that can be found through the Help in e-learning. Viewing of company statistics gives you a handful of statistics that can be expanded, but we are working on providing additional reports based on client feedback. Parsel Intel was previously known as the Parsel Data Map Layer, or PDML. If you select this from the left-hand side Tools menu when in a report, it will automatically fill in that information. What the PDML does is provide you with a mini GIS system around your target property. This can be done even before starting your job within Parsel if you're bidding out a site and wanted to find out some additional information. It will show you, for instance, any Parsel reports you've done around the area, and you can jump into one of those reports directly from this page, as well as provide additional information about local municipalities. You can even expand out to select the appropriate municipality you'd like to contact. Once you find that municipality and select it on the page, you can, of course, edit that information, add some additional information, or even a new post, jump to their website, or even start a FOIA request with the information provided. Now, this information here can be customized for your company. You can select one or more options to include. A lot of companies will select one paragraph of information for the fire department, one for the health department, one for a library, for instance, and select the appropriate paragraph. You have the option of including your digital signature, and from there you can store these changes for additional requests. Once you've selected the option you want to include and manipulated the text if necessary, simply generate a PDF, which you can then print out or send electronically directly to that agency. The EDR Advisory Portal and administrative tools are options you may or may not have depending on your level of access and your company's involvement. There again are additional instructions specifically for those within the Help in eLearning. And as always, we do value your feedback and support and request that you contact us with any questions, issues, comments, or ideas for improvement so we can make Parsel the best experience possible.